Well, I guess I don't think my stuff was working there, but here we are live on my laptop at home. Got a storm blowing up here over. Hang on, give me 2 seconds. I'm getting the chat up on my app. There we go. Okay, sorry about that bit of darkness. For some reason, my stuff didn't go live. So anyway, here we are. We're live. We have a storm here. I got two panels up on the screen. You guys can see right above my head is a correlation coefficient. If you're new here, it is indicating basically large objects in the sky. The less they correlate with each other, the less like rain they are, the cooler the colors they get. So the hot colors are red and purple. Cool colors are going to be the greens and the blues that are going to be showing up. So we have a storm right now. This is Omaha, Nebraska here on the left-hand side. That is your reflectivity. Look at all that hot pink showing up, and look at that. The hail size marker is going bananas here. 3.24 inches in diameter, a little wild. So that says to me, looks like we are jumping into the good old hailstorm happening on top of Omaha game. So it is currently warned. We'll see what the warning is. It's currently warned for quarter size hail. There's been reports of quarters. This was from a little bit ago. Let's roll things back. Storm literally formed basically on top of Omaha's radar, so we were a little blind to see how strong it was since we were in the little cone of silence, so to speak. And as it moved into the Elkhorn area, it blew up very fast. And immediately, by the time I got to Boys Town, look at that, the reflectivity really spiking up here. High volumes of hail is definitely falling, and the hail size algorithm is going bananas again, really indicating the potential for some very large hail. I think right now, notice correlation coefficients aren't bottomed out. Usually you want to see lots of green and lots of blue showing up if we have a ton of like baseballs or something. So right now we only have one small area here. If I zoom in of that lower correlation coefficient, so where you're seeing those greens and those blues, and that is correlating with the reflectivity. What I think's happening is there's a metric crap ton of hail falling, probably up to half dollar size. This area in here right along which highway is this, I-80, near where I-80 meets with I-680, even zooming in further near Grover Street, there could be some bigger hail in there. Again, the correlation coefficient is the lowest it's been so far, right at this frame here. So it's very possible that this is hail that might be closer to the ping pong, the golf ball range. I think, again, we are seeing a ton of hail, all sizes from P up to $50 to maybe even ping pong ball size. I like to call it the pocket change variety hail happening. All the way from West Dodge Road all the way down to 680 and 80, meaning everywhere that pink is showing up. So you the high reflectivity values, that pink showing up, that could be some big stuff. So see, somebody said storm to the south had a huge hail spike. It probably does. Yeah, let's check it out. Oh my God, yeah. So here's an example of a really big hailstorm, right? So this is further to the south. This is down by Johnson and Auburn. Notice the reflectivity is outrageous. Like that is over 80 dBZs. So that's almost all hail falling. If we do a couple other, high volumes of hail falling here, and this spike here. So the comment said the huge hail spike. That again, that's indicating you're getting very large hail falling as well. We're not seeing that right now here in this storm in the Omaha area. Well, actually, hang on. We just got a radar update here, and it looks like there's quite the lowering on this. So notice. So let's go back like 2 frames, right? So we're gonna roll it back. This is at 7:56 p.m. So currently it's 8:04 p.m. Central Time. Notice not too much on the correlation coefficient. Not too much showing up there. We push it forward. Got that little area here from this is right at the 8 o'clock hour, and then boom! Look at that. Look at the correlation coefficient really starting to get lower in here. It's like it seems to be kind of backing out a little bit. I'm gonna look at a couple other parameters same time. There we go. This is differential reflectivity is really good at showing volumes of hail. So how much of this precip that's falling is hail when it's zeroed out like this. So when you see that gray, that's indicating a lot of hail. So that's really what I was expecting. We were talking about a minute ago, where a ton of hail falling. There's very high volumes of hail now in West Omaha. Going right along I-80, really. And another thing I'm noticing here, again, the lower correlation coefficient values. Now, it does extend all the way out here. However, I think what's happening is the biggest hail might be right along I-80, where South 84th Street is, and that is causing this to backscatter a bit into the where the inflow is of the storm. I can actually kind of see it here. There's looking like an attempt at a spike showing up as well. So it looks like we're seeing bigger hail now occurring with this storm. I'm going to very quickly move the hail trace chat out of this view of the screen, and it looks like well, Derek just said 2-inch hail confirmed. So there we go. So we got an MPEG report of 2-inch hail with the storm here. That makes perfect sense. Looks like we're getting, again, from what we're seeing, the correlation coefficient really dropped off a lot. So you saw a lot more green and blue showing up here in that last update at 8:03. It's now 8:06 p.m. and we are seeing the hail size marker still. We are sprinting to that 4-inch marker. Does that mean 4-inch hail is falling? No. It looks like 2-inch hail, so probably a ton of hail, high volumes of that golf ball to 2-inch hail. So I think we might be getting into potentially a pretty impactful storm. So at least a 3-star map, right? And then it could be sprinting towards that 5-star level. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. We have a lot of Omaha to get through here. It looks like it is. We have the entire South Omaha area downstream from this. So we got Bellevue, La Vista, northern parts of Papillion. There's an update. Looks like downtown Omaha is about to have a rough time. So there's that update. Oh my goodness. We're getting some big hail here, folks. There you go. Here's your hail spike right in here. You can show it on my map on here. Give us a like, give us a share, all that great stuff here, guys. I'll go ahead and throw in while we're doing this, mentioning our sponsors. We got C3 Group, we got America Contractor Show, we got Merlin Law Group, and we also have Atlas. I do not have Atlas as I had loaded up on this yet. Probably haven't seen it in our forecast. Fortunately, sorry guys, I didn't get a chance to load this onto my laptop. So that, again, just a little heads up, getting a big storm happening here, and these guys help pay the bills. So we have this storm. Go ahead, give it a share. Looks like Omaha is getting blasted now everywhere. High volumes of hail. So notice where we have the really high reflectivity values. You're seeing the blues starting to show up here, guys. That is really indicating that is a ton of hail. A crap ton of hail is falling in this. So this is all just west of downtown. Here's downtown where it says Omaha, literally just west. So just to the west of which loop is this? 480. It is dumping hail there. I think, again, that biggest hail is likely down here by the Ralston area. It looks like it's possibly getting all the way into the Hook as well. I'm going to get things a little more complicated. I'm going to bring up the 4 panels here. I need to see other parameters beyond just correlation coefficient reflectivity, right? So looking at this, on here, I'm trying to see the comments coming in as well, guys. So high volumes of hail. Notice that down here, lower left-hand corner, so literally just to the left of me, we have, this is the differential reflectivity, like I mentioned, is showing hail volume. Yeah, high volumes of hail, I could tell you that. But then here, pretty much just above my head in the corner over here, that is, we call it basically all this is showing is if there's melting and there's rain mixing in. That's the TLDR, the keep it simple version. When it gets really high like this, showing a lot of rain, possibly a lot of melting kicking in. So the area is just west of downtown Omaha. It looks like you're getting a ton of hail, so you're probably getting a lot of rain mixing with this as well, and maybe some melting. That might be minimizing the hail size a little bit more. However, not the case over here along I-80 and down all the way down to La Vista. So that's where that bigger hail is going to be. That already confirmed up to 2-inch hail with this. And I'm going to try to keep an eye on our weather work chat as well, see if anything crazy comes of this. So that's what we're seeing here right now 8:06 is the most recent update here. It is now 8:10 Central Time. If you're watching this live, again, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. Got 52 you guys watching us here on Facebook. Then got a bunch of you guys on YouTube. I don't have the chat up for that, but I do see the chat right above me. And go ahead, share this. Get in there. It looks like we might be getting a much bigger storm happening now. Let's see if the warning has updated. It's up to ping pong ball size hail in the warning, but again, we have that report of 2-inch hail that Derek confirmed here a minute ago. So this is the most recent update, and oh man, okay. So yeah, it's hailing hard, guys, here in Omaha. They are getting blasted. So again, notice here's where downtown is, right? Where it says, I'll just go back down to, before I go to panel, just checking on the KDP. Notice previous frame, look how much melting it looks like there was ongoing. It has really lessened here. So I think things may be trending upwards even as we're pushing through Omaha. And differential reflectivity, I'm going to kill that. Pretty obvious, high volumes of hail. So we're going to pop this back down to 2 panels here. Keep it to correlation coefficient on the right by where my head is. And reflectivity, what you guys normally see on TV, off to the left. So very high reflectivity. This is looking much more similar to what I was talking about. If you've been watching this for a little bit, I looked at a storm much further to the south in rural Nebraska, and it had very high reflectivity values, over 75 decibels, which you don't get too much. That means that there is insane quantities of hail falling, and it's very heavy and likely pretty big. So everywhere here, I'd say, especially right near where that inflow is. So you have the updraft to the storm, right where you have this little kink, right over here where my mouse is at. That is where your biggest hail is gonna likely be. That's where your correlation coefficient is really minimizing. And it looks like I'm trying to see if I can see a hail spike as I'm zoomed out a little bit. Not too great at the moment, just because it looks like we have the storm. Basically, you have this, the hail spike will happen. So here's the radar. It will be pointing out this way. So again, I think right now still up to that 2-inch hail, but I think it's a ton of hail falling with this. High volumes of hail here, guys. So we have from Highway 275, where it intersects with South 42nd Street, all the way down to Harrison Street. I think this is the county line here in the southwestern sections of Omaha. It has been strengthening pretty much every frame as it's been coming through the city here. We're looking at it since, I think, I was chasing this morning with Derek here in Oklahoma City very early, very early, started about 5 o'clock in the morning. And when I was looking at the forecast models then, I mentioned to him in the truck, I was like, hey, I think it looks pretty good for Omaha today. And here we are. It looks like we had the models come through. Somebody was saying, Matthew says, I'm going to need you guys to get Denver hit this year. Thanks, this Georgia Heat ain't playing. So I believe it. I mean, Georgia's had a pretty good year, but I know I think it's probably like Oklahoma or Texas, but more humid. So that's coming. So here we go. I got that 2-inch report has come in here for the Amping report here. That's northeast of Ralston in the Omaha area. Pretty much right where you'd expect it, like we were talking about. Notice that's where the correlation coefficient really got low. You got high reflectivity values here, and so you just can kind of draw a line pretty much from I-80 to the south and to the east. So areas that are going to be hit next, I think, will be the Kennedy Freeway and the northern sections of Bellevue, Nebraska. Oh, there we go. We just got an update as I'm talking here. Looks like it's actually trying to go a little bit more east. So now it is right over the river here. Portions of Council Bluff, far western Council Bluffs, getting impacted with that hail now. Hail sizes, again, probably lower here across the downtown area and just south of downtown and into Council Bluffs. That's probably going to be your sub-severe hail, maybe some quarters, but over here off to the south. Notice, look how low those, this is the lowest, this is the most consistent low correlation coefficient we've had so far from this storm since we've been doing coverage. Looks like we have very low CCs. Some of that is ahead of where the actual reflectivity is, but you bring it on right here, right where you'd expect the biggest hail. The biggest hail is going to be where the updraft of the storm is. The updraft is essentially the intake, the air intake for like the engine that is the storm. So the updraft's where the strongest vertical winds are going to be, and that is good. The stronger the vertical wind, the heavier of an object it can keep aloft, bigger the hail can get. So your biggest hail is typically going to be right where that updraft is, and that seems to be really correlating right now, where we have very low correlation coefficients here right in the exit region of the updraft, essentially. If we zoom in, places like Upland Parkway and South 33rd Street, you guys are getting blasted here. Big time hail, very likely with this. So it looks like, if you're hearing the little ding dong noise in the background, that looks like we are getting some pictures in here. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's actually a video. Here we go. Let's check out this video here, guys, in Omaha. Look at all that hail. Yeah, high volumes of hail. Look at them all bouncing out in the grass there. So that is leaves coming down. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking storm here, guys. Oh, let's not add offensive things here. So again, this is just very early, just now starting to come in here, but that's indicating that's a good hailstorm. It's a high volume hailstorm. That may not be softballs, but that's going to be a ton of that hail size up to that 2 inches in diameter. So that was probably just from a little bit ago. I don't actually have an exact location for that, but that's the first thing I'm seeing here as it's coming in. Let's see, we got another one popping up on Twitter here. Another video, looks like. Let me just try to get this over here. Again, hail near Aksarbin. I don't know what that actually is, and I really apologize if I butchered the hell out of that. But wow, look at the wind too. Dang, man. That might hit windward facing siding. Might get some holes in here. Again, this looks like we're getting man, look at all those leaves getting stripped off this video as well. So that's what we just saw. Man, dang, man, that's crazy. So again, I'm seeing these videos for the first time with you. So looks like it's going. So give us a share and everything. Oh, it's Nebraska backwards. Well, I'm just stupid. It's just a neighborhood in Omaha. And that's just Nebraska backwards, really? Come on, Nebraska. That's what you're going to do for your friggin' neighborhoods? Okay, so anyway. So I think the hail might be a little bigger now. So back where it was 2 inches in diameter, that's what it looked like. Here we are. This is probably just south of downtown. Here's Bellevue. Here's La Vista. Here's Council Bluffs, Iowa. And you zoom in, and the biggest hail, you're going to see it right above my head, essentially. Right up there, right? That's those low correlation coefficients, pretty much right where the comments are coming in. That is where your biggest hail is happening at. It's going all the way from near the border of Nebraska and Iowa, and then we did a little update there. So it was, here we go. It's from near the Nebraska border with Iowa all the way to I'd say about South 42nd Street, and that has now shifted off to the east a little bit. We are now impacting Council Bluffs. Correlation coefficients aren't as low on this at the moment, so I'm going to look around some other things. Very high volumes of hail falling right now on Highway 275 going from Omaha to Council Bluffs. Fair bit of melting going on here in the Council Bluffs area, so I wouldn't be surprised if the hail in this might be a tiny bit smaller. It's also not as populated. Zooming in, it looks like, okay, we got like a neighborhood here with a golf course. That looks like maybe some trailer homes, and another neighborhood here in the southern sections of Council Bluffs. They are getting rocked here. High volumes of hail. That is the name of the game on this. Tons of hail is falling with this as we are racing off to the east. See if we got any updates on the warning. Probably not. 2-inch hail. Yeah, they just updated it to like whether the most up-to-date report is, and that's what we're seeing here in the Omaha area. So again, if you're just jumping in, guys, okay, old horse track will take in from. Dang, man, you guys, some of you guys got some serious like knowledge here on the. I was 13 at the time, and one of the largest, most damaging on record. Man, you guys are like a little encyclopedia of Omaha knowledge. Keep it coming. I love learning some new stuff here from an area that's getting blasted with some big hail. Thankfully, it doesn't look like There's not much. This doesn't look like a tornado producing storm, and if I look at the velocities, nope, not at all. So definitely just some strong gusty winds with this hail to help push this hail. Anything, again, that's probably the northern and western facing sections of homes. A lot of siding here in Nebraska in the Omaha area. Very likely you're going to have some little holes and indentations and all that fun stuff in houses getting hit by this. So that could also really inflate the damage potential and the potential for it to be 5-star. You guys start seeing any damage pictures coming in. Again, the storm's racing through. People are going to go outside. It's still daylight out. We'd love to see them in the chat. You can send links in the chat. I'm going to try to show them in here. I know the Met team, they're working hard right now. So let's see what we got here. So we got another, is it a video or a picture? Okay, there we go. We got a picture here. Somebody sent in via the Twitter. Ping pong ball size hail at 48th and Grover in Omaha. And there you go. I got that ping pong on there. So that makes sense. That's a cool measuring. Yeah, that is a cool measuring tool. I definitely, if somebody has one of those, go ahead and send it to Hailtrace to 80 East 5th Street in Edmond, Oklahoma. I would love to see it. Let's see. I'm trying to see if we get any other pictures coming in from Omaha. Very high volumes of hail with this for sure. I'm seeing show up. So we'll keep this rolling here, guys. Latest radar update. Looks like the storm's pulling out of Nebraska now. We are now pushing into the southern sections of Council Bluffs. Again, high volumes of hail. Notice the correlation coefficient isn't as high as it was or as low as it was. It's only really hugging the southern area, and this is mostly over, I think, was this the Missouri River? Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Missouri River that crosses, that separates Nebraska and Omaha. Or not, oh, Jesus. Nebraska and Iowa. So, over not a ton of people, but again, high volumes of hail definitely happening. Notice correlation coefficient isn't as low as it was before. KDP, I'm assuming, is pretty high. Definitely some melting going on. Ton of hail falling, but there's some melting and a little bit of rain mixing in. So the wind's going to be pushing this. Again, I think we're probably seeing quarter to ping pong ball size hail in the Council Bluffs area. Currently, that biggest hail, I think, if you're just tuning in, happened somewhere between the Ralston area and down into the General Bellevue area. So that's what we're looking at currently with this storm. I'm going to bring up radar scope on my phone so I can see, or on my other phone, so I can see any MPing reports that might be coming in that don't show up on this lovely radar here. Oh, there's a metric crap ton of them, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna, give me 2 seconds here, guys. I'm gonna try to click through. Let's see, a $50 report along I-80 from near downtown Omaha. Golf ball size hail near I-80, pretty close to where that 2-inch report came in. The 2-incher, ping pong ball, yeah. So I'm getting a pretty clear picture from pretty much what we've been doing on this coverage is where that concentration of the biggest hail is going to be. I think the thing with this storm is less, where did it hail and where was it big hail? And I think that big hail is going to be really focused in here. You guys will be able to see that on Hailtrace pretty easily with that. We got an updated severe thunderstorm warning here for Council Bluffs and into Iowa. It's for ping pong ball size hail that correlates with what I've just been talking about. Doesn't look as crazy as it did before. And look at that, we got a storm forming here by Mineola, just to the south. That should kind of mess up its inflow a little bit, kind of junk up the system, and that'll probably start to really minimize the hail potential with it, at least until it ingests this storm and also the storm below that. So our biggest hail may have happened. We may have already had, but hey, it happened over Omaha, right? It happened over a pretty big population center. Omaha hasn't had a good storm in a minute, so I don't know, this could very possibly be a pretty good map. We have kind of been changing how we rank our maps a tiny bit, try to go with more of the damage potential versus just sheer numbers and size. So we've only had one real 5-star so far this year. I think the Dallas area in February probably should have been a 5-star, but overall, this we'll see what this one does. We'll have to kind of see if we can find some damage on the stream or in pictures and stuff. So again, that latest radar update, look at that. Yeah, it's starting to ingest the storm a little bit. It's going to minimize that hail potential a bit as we are pulling out of Council Bluffs, and it's going to continue heading generally east southeast towards little towns here. There's not a ton of not a ton of really big population centers in Iowa until you start getting further east. Got a couple storms here. That's south of Des Moines. We're going to keep an eye on the Des Moines area. Let's see what other storms are happening here in Nebraska. We have this nasty tornado warned storm here that impacted the Auburn area and over Omaha, and then we have a couple storms by Brainerd and David City. These are all well to the north of Lincoln. Nothing in Lincoln yet. Looks like a pretty nasty looking storm over by the town of York, Nebraska. That's definitely got some big hail. Got the golf ball reports with that. Storm, zoomed in too far. Got a storm that's passing to the west of Grand Island. Man, there is a ton of stuff here happening in Nebraska. And if you guys get his map, you don't have a subscription with us, I mean, what are you doing? And if not, you guys feel free to make sure you get that map, and you guys can get you'll get everything that happens in Nebraska today. Don't worry. Again, thanks Merlin Law Group, another one of our sponsors here. And again, this is racing off to the east. I'm going to check out other storms that are happening across the country right now. There is a fair bit of activity here. We actually had some storms impact, I think, near the Colorado Springs area, just north of them, and the Falcon area. 2 storms actually moved through this afternoon. Didn't quite happen, didn't get it quite done in the Denver area or Colorado Springs, but don't worry, looks like there are going to be a couple more risks here coming up. We are in a pattern of a lot of storms of kind of forming off the front range, racing to southeast, and then moving into Oklahoma and Kansas in the overnight hours, and that seems to be what's happening here. Some tornadoes happening, looks like baseball size hail in far eastern sections of Colorado, some hail here in northwestern Kansas, and then a bunch of storms up and down all around here in the Nebraska region. 3-inch hail, dang man, 2 to 3 inch hail with this storm that's just gonna barely skirt by Grand Island by the skin of its teeth. Got a storm with that golf ball size hail that hit the Hampton area. Got that 2-inch hail back here that was south of Columbus, it looks like. Did it actually impact Columbus? Just barely scraped by the south side of Columbus there with some 2-inch hail. And then here again, that 2-inch report coming in for the Omaha area, quarter report, and another quarter report from emergency manager here on the northern sides of Council Bluffs. So yeah, a lot of hail with this. Elsewhere, not too much. We also have just some storms here in the desert of New Mexico, and that main focus of storms. So that biggest area of a concentration of storms while we're live is because of this storm in Omaha. We roll it back. It basically formed on top of the radar. Didn't really see it, and then it just exploded as it moved through the city, and is now since weakened a bit as it's ingesting some other showers, and that's going to kind of minimize its hail producing potential. Looks like maybe even some hail trying to form in the tiny town of Mineola, Nebraska, Iowa. In Council Bluffs, look at that. We had up to quarter size hail all the way well into Council Bluffs. So again, a lot of folks are going to be impacted by this, but I think that biggest hail is going to be concentrated to a more confined swath. We'll see how wind driven it was. That one video we saw, there was a fair bit of wind. And again, there's a ton of siding in Nebraska, so that's really going to potentially up that damage potential here. So let's see, I'm trying to find some more pictures for you guys to see. Here is one I found, quarter size hail, 108th and center area in the Omaha area. So it looks like $quarter to $half size hail. Look at all the leaf debris down there. You guys like seeing leaf debris, right? It's always a good sign that there's enough oomph behind these storms. All right, let's see what else I can find. I'm trying to Somebody said, oh no, that's Max, Nebraska. Let's see, that's not Omaha. Yeah, look at them. My goodness. That is a ton. I don't care what you say. That is a ton of hail. Yeah, just hail. Enough said. With this storm, I'm not sure. No location was provided on that one, but based on timeline, that was definitely in the Omaha area. And high volumes of hail, and you can get quite a bit of damage there. You can ask anybody who works the Denver area. You guys know a crap ton of hail can really get it done. This one has my old college classmate tagged. That's right, yeah. Any of you local folks. Emily Roller, I think, is the chief meteorologist in one of the Omaha stations. We went to college together. Fun fact. So, ton of hail here in the Regency area. Quite a bit of it. A lot of hail falling there. Let's see, people sending her stuff. Might as well coming through. Downtown. Here we go. Here's another video here. Look at all that hail. There's a ton of it. Stripping the trees, guys. 104th and Grover. Just trying to find some more pictures and videos for you. I guess I can switch things over instead of just searching hail. I'm gonna search Omaha hail. Oh, this one's exciting. Probably send this in the hail trace chat. Look at that. Like what I said, hail damage to the north side of the house. Like I was saying in here. Look at all of, dang, golly, man, it's doing some work. Near 50th and Grover. That's some damage. That's some real hail damage there, guys. Looks like we have a pretty good storm on our hands. You can get it now. You can check out the map as it's being done. There we go. Send that one to the All Hail Trace chat. Let me multitask a tiny bit here. Okay, so while we were doing that, looks like this storm did a handoff here. We had the updraft take over and the hail's exploding here in sections of Iowa. Looks like we had some ping pong ball size hail reported in the southern sides of the Council Bluffs. That makes sense, staying up to that ping pong ball size hail. Hail sizes are coming down pretty quick though as we're pulling away from Council Bluffs. And looks like some other storms trying to form. We'll see. Looks like we have some other activity off to the west. We'll see if that moves through Omaha with anything exciting, but right now looks pretty weak. Looks more like a line of storms trying to form. Some other pretty nasty storms trying to form here to the north of Lincoln. We're gonna have to keep a close eye on Lincoln with that, and obviously we will cover anything that hits Lincoln, Nebraska, second most populated city in the state of Nebraska. Big time storm. Just barely missing Grand Island to the west. So looks like the storm in Omaha itself is over, but if you saw that pictures I just found on Twitter, looks like we are already finding that damage. So there's definitely some wind pushing these guys. Okay, here is golf ball size hail off of 60th and Grover Street in Omaha. Look at that, man. There's so much hail falling here, guys. That can do some damage. And there's some zoom in picture. There you go. So lots of, look at all those golf balls. That has a lot of golf ball size hail in the yard. Dang, man. Yeah, so this is definitely a quantity of hail type storm, and less a, oh wow, look at that softball, you know. That's gonna do some real work. Again, we've already found a couple pictures here of some damage. see. Just a good old June hailstorm here in the Omaha area, according to Catherine Gordon here on Twitter. Oh man. Kind of want to turn the audio on this one. What do you guys think? Look at that. Look at those trees getting stripped apart. Holy cow. Yeah, I'd be crying too if I was a little kid. Crying with excitement. Alright. Some folks. Look at that. That's quite the video. Give some likes here if you like what you see in that video of the hail falling. Seeing the trees get stripped apart, and that's always it's always a good one to know that they're getting some damaging hail with this. Jeez, look at that, man! Look at that river of hail and street flooding in the Omaha area. I'm sure a lot of the storm drains were getting filled up here. Crying with joy, baby roofer. Yeah, exactly. Let's see, trying to find some other videos, other new stuff. Stuff's coming in quite quickly here, and oh man! All right, here we go. I got some more damage for you guys. Oh, they got rid of. Okay, good. I don't want this guy's. Got all the plastic getting blown apart off his Honda there. His poor chair got Swiss cheesed. Jeez. Look at that, guys. You like that? You like what you're seeing there? Got some. Finding damage really fast. Finding damage really fast means that we got a damaging hailstorm, right? Oh, that poor rose garden. That's a shame. Oh man, that got freaking destroyed. Look at that. The hail's not even like that crazy big, and it did some serious work. Here, I'm sending this to our internal work chat. I'm finding this stuff and I'm sending it to our work chats in real time. So you guys are getting the inside scoop what we're seeing here. Jeez. That one's. He's sitting in Lincoln right now. My car's in Omaha getting trying to Swiss cheese from the hail. Sad day. So, no, it's the same hail damage picture I saw. Yeah, stuff's coming in here, guys. So it looks like, again, pretty nasty storm moving through up that 2-inch hail. That really does that screams big storm, guys. Look at that, man. That is just a short time ago. We had a ton of hail move through. It's now pulled out of the Council Bluff area. It's actually the storm that causes all this hail isn't really making that much hail anymore. It's probably only dropping maybe some quarters in sections just to the east of Council Bluff. We have a new storm trying to go up, and we got some other storms here in Nebraska. We got looks like this one over by this town is looks like this is a pretty nasty storm. That's going to stay north of Lincoln. Lincoln, I don't see too much in your immediate future that could have any hail. Grand Island, you're getting just narrowly avoided here. And then off to the west, I'm getting out of radar range. But this storm is pretty. That could pack a punch here as it moves south and east towards the Waverly and Greenwood area, Murdoch, Weeping Water. I want to keep an eye. We have another storm trying to form over by Omaha. My guess is this storm was strong enough that it probably has a pretty solid wake that's going to keep this one in check. But if something happens, well, we'll be right here to cover it. Any other fun things coming in? All right, so we got Downer Frank here in the chat. He's saying probably doesn't think it's going to be a 5-star map. So if you disagree with Frank and you think it should be a 5-star map, put the comments here in the video. That's in our internal work chat. trying to determine what star level this map's going to be here in Omaha. Give a big old thumbs down, I guess. I'm assuming you guys also want to see. I'm sure you guys want to see Derek do the video tomorrow, especially because he's probably have to chase early in the morning again. So you might get to see, if it is a 5-star, you'll get to see him do the video and be really tired while he does it. So definitely, I'd say solidly. It's right now. I'd say pretty confidently we got a 4-star map on our hands here in Omaha. But if you guys followed us for a while, met us, unless the storm is like the Norman storm from last year, it's pretty hard to get like Frank excited. I wonder if he's watching this right now. Let's see if he put a comment in there. Test to see how many the team looks at. No, it's just complaints. So usually I'm yelling at Justin on here, but I'm self-producing everything. So again, looks like we had ton of big hail, ton of hail with this. Again, we're finding damage pretty fast. Like this is coming in like right after the storm's over. They're going and looking at their siding, getting all jacked up here from the hail. That's I'd say that's a sign. That's a good sign that I can comfortably say this is a 4-star map. I don't know what the house counts are. I don't know what how widespread the really big hail is, but once I get off of here and we kind of do some analysis, try to determine that damage potential here, we will have that updated for you. The map is available now, though. Like, you guys can check it out on our website right now. Sorry, again, I'm reading stuff and talking at the same time is a little difficult with that. Looks like we have some other pictures trying to come in here. I'm just gonna share some of this damage again. I like the destroyed chair, Swiss cheese chair, the plastics getting torn up. That means it's tearing up siding too. Got some wind driving this stuff. That means your siding's getting blown to hell too. And well, here we go. Well, whoop! Oh, dang it! Hang on. I full screened the video on the wrong monitor here. There you go. We'll just let that one roll here for a second on full screen. So that's what's coming out of Omaha again. You're seeing the leaves stripped like this. That's always a sign that that's probably doing some work on a roof. And of course, when you see the picture of like the plastic, like the chairs and stuff getting messed up, that's showing that your siding is gonna get messed up with this too. All right, updating Twitter, trying to see what else we get. Any other fun stuff we get coming in here? Yeah, a lot of big hail reports coming in from this. So, we got a couple another storm looks like might be trying to bubble up here, just to the west, just south of the radar, just to the west of Omaha. It's I can't look at echo tops. Can I look at this? Nope. Kind of blind here while this storm tries to develop. As it moves off to the east, though, we'll have to keep an eye. Might be a second storm trying to get its act together here to the west of Omaha. So this is a completely new storm. Could be moving in the next 20 minutes or so. So it was almost, I don't know, about 40 minutes ago that this storm formed essentially, again, on top of the radar, and then very quickly took off and really got attacked there by the Ralston and the Omaha areas. And once it pulled into Council Bluffs, started to die off, and is now actually not even really making hail anymore. It's a completely different storm making hail. So looks like we got some other messages on here. Last up being mapped. Looks like it's an evening of a lot of folks working here at Hail Trace. We are getting after it. and the customer service team, they also know what's going on. So if you guys want to call, you need to get your act on the, get your off the ground rolling here. We could have, first thing in the morning, want to go out, start canvassing, give us a call at 855-334-4245, and we will happily get that stuff rolling. So, yeah, we're going to keep an eye. I think I saw some comment on YouTube or something. Hang on, let me, I have too many tabs open. Go on to, I think if I go on Restream here, I can see comments I missed. Any chance the South Storm hit St. Joe's? Asked Hunter. Let me check. Let me just bring this back up so I can see myself. There we go. Question is this storm any chance hitting St. Joseph, Missouri? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's trying to go. It was going south, diving south for a while. Looks like it's trying to generally go to the east now. It's pretty far. It'd have to be still continuing on its like almost due south path, and it looks like it's trying. It was going more southerly, and now it's trying to kind of scoot to the east more. So I think St. Joseph's, it's a hell of a shot. 1 in a million chance that's going to happen, but I'd say pretty unlikely. Other storm. Okay, looks like we're getting some hail here now showing up by Utah. Notice the reflectivity going up. So I'm not going to jump off. I was about to, honestly, because the storm left the Omaha area and my help might be needed elsewhere. But we may have another storm on our hands, so I'm going to kind of keep this rolling. I don't know about you guys, and see what happens here. So as that gets going, goodness gracious, look at all that hail falling to the west of Sarasco, I guess this is the name of the town. Ton of hail falling with this guy. That's heading towards the north of Lincoln. That's going to stay north of Lincoln. Looks like Hastings, Nebraska. You're about to get ripped. But this is the wrong radar to look at Hastings. So I'm going to kind of keep this open here in the Omaha area, and then kind of behind the scenes, I think I'm gonna, oh wait, no, you're gonna see it on my screen anyway. So yeah, I have a radar in Florida open at the moment, so we don't need that. That was for something unrelated. No, this isn't live in Florida. This is from April 11th of last year, so it was a looking back in time kind of storm. But while that loads up, we'll see what Hastings is about to get. This is warned for probably some pretty big stuff. Yeah, 2-inch hail. They reported 2-inch hail in Shelton. They reported ping pong ball size hail in Wood River. Is the name of the town? Wood River. And this is ripping right at the town of Hastings, Nebraska. This is probably 25, 30 miles south of Grand Island, or it's way more than that. I honestly don't know. Everything is way further apart than I think it is when I'm looking at these really big maps. So making sure while the other radar loads up, nothing else crazy is going on, and pretty rural. So let us see. Oh yeah, I guess it would help if I turned the radar on. There we go. Here's Hastings right there. Get down to that 2 panel, so it isn't as intense. Whoop, what the heck? Okay, there we go. So there's your hail. Yeah, there's a metric ton of hail falling in this guy. So, and this is heading towards Hastings. They're gonna get rocked here next. Let's see how fast it's moving as we get it loaded up here, shall we? It's gonna take a second. It looks like it's taking its sweet time. Moving fast. It looks like it's moving pretty quick. So Hastings, you guys are gonna be let's see. There's 1 square mile. So you got 1, 2, about 4-ish miles away, right? It's moving pretty quick. There's your hail. Oh dang, this thing's hauling, guys. Holy cow! It's gonna hail very soon. Actually, we're gonna get really big hail here. It's 8:49 p.m. Central Time right now. Hastings, especially the northern half of Hastings, you guys are gonna get ripped by probably high volumes up to 2-inch hail here by let's see, that was the 46 update, probably nowish, next couple minutes, probably next radar update. Honestly, the town of Hastings, Nebraska, you guys are gonna get lit up here. Hail size indicator, it's indicating craziness. I think it's high volumes of hail up to that 2-inch diameter. It seems to be kind of the consistent theme of what we've been having so far this evening. Checking back in on the Omaha area. Let's see if the radar has updated anytime soon. Again, we're keeping an eye on this guy right here, right? So this is just south of the radar. You're missing some data. You're very close. I'm only picking this up about 200 feet, 250 feet up, and but it is moving in a direction that it would be favorable for Omaha to get hit. And if it's strengthening, we could have a situation where it gets severe and rips through Omaha a second time. So wouldn't be the first time that's happened to the city of Omaha. I think their last really big storm, like 27-ish teen, around there, give or take a year. Looks like they had like 2 storms move through. So not uncommon for the Omaha area. We were home of NU coach Scott Frost. Hastings home of Tom Osborne. All right, John Cox. Thanks for that. Is, man, you got Nebraska guys got some real solid trivia facts, man. I don't know, I don't know jack crap about that kind of stuff in my home state. So I definitely don't in Oklahoma, where it's not even my home state. So I can tell you where tornadoes happened at and stuff, and big hailstorms and dates of those. Man, no, that's great. So, yeah, this storm, I wouldn't be shocked if this gets severe warned here to the west of Omaha. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if this gets severe warned very soon. So, could have a second storm moving into the western sections in the Omaha area. We've got this monster bat down here north of Lincoln. That's not going to hit Lincoln, though. And then let's check in on Hastings, shall we? This radar should be updating, or should have updated, but it hasn't. So, crap. Oh, no, the radar hasn't gotten hit yet, so... Am I on a delay or something? What the heck? Got stuff happening. Okay, oh, hang on, no, we're just... I'm gonna kill the noise on my work chat. It looks like we have got everybody coming in. Oh, my radar just updated. Hang on. Give us a like, of course, share, all that fun stuff. If you're enjoying this, enjoying my colorful, kind of casual commentary with this. Not gonna lie, I've been up since 4, so I'm rallying through here, baby. let's kill it. If you're liking that, then I guess I'll just make sure every time we do live coverage, I'm just exhausted. So, we have 67 mile per hour wind at Hastings Airport, a 70 mile per hour wind at the NWS office in Hastings. I'm assuming they're going to do an observation of the hail coming up here. The radar hasn't updated, which is kind of crazy to me. Holy crap, yeah, I should have looked at this. So this is going to be wind-driven hail like a mother here in Hastings. Holy cow. So that's makes sense why the 70s came in right away. I bet the hail was not too far behind it or along with it. There's a ton of hail with this. It's probably hitting Hastings right now. We haven't had a radar update in almost 10 minutes for some reason. So Hastings, you're likely getting 70 mile per hour wind-driven hail. We had golf ball size hail reported over golf ball size. Trained weather spiders reported over golf ball size hail and 70 mile per hour winds in Hastings. So Hastings, you guys might be getting ripped really bad. Like this might be intense here in Hastings, Nebraska. So again, the warning, oh there you go, I got that golf ball report. Emergency manager estimating golf ball size hail in Hastings. Radar hasn't updated, but it looks like the town of Hastings, you don't want to work Omaha, you're based out of Grand Island or something. I think Hastings just got lit up here with a wind-driven 70-mile-per-hour winds and golf ball size hail, maybe even larger than that right now. Unfortunately, it looks like the radar froze, kind of ruining the fun here across the Omaha area. But if I zoom in, you can kind of see where it's at on the overview of that golf ball size hail. So they even officially observed golf ball size hail at the NWS, the National Weather Service office in Hastings, and it looks like it probably extended all the way through the entirety of town. I think the entirety of town just got ripped open here with some big time hail, possibly with that 2-inch in diameter. Still no warning on the storm over by Omaha, but it looks like it is trying to strengthen. It looks like a bit of a hail marker getting far enough away from the radar to get an update on that. So let's check it out, shall we? Jumping over here, it's the latest update. Looks like, so this is where it was when we last checked in on it a few minutes ago. It has since crossed 240th Street in the Waterloo area. Notice there, lower correlation coefficient. Now, I do take this with a bit of a grain of salt. We're very close to the radar. When we're very close to the radar, correlation coefficient tend to kind of bottom out if there's just any hail at all, because you are seeing it much lower, very close to the ground, and more or less you gotta be a little careful. But nonetheless, there is hail falling with this right now, and it would be impacting the area that got hit the first storm, but with not severe hail. This could be starting to take off. It definitely is making a lot of hail because that reflectivity really went up very fast. And I try to thumb through a couple other parameters. Lots of hail falling. Yep, there you go. This is hard and kind of tough to see. Excuse me. If I look at these other ones, okay, yeah, I think the storm is trying to strengthen a bit here. Look at a couple other parameters when we're very close to the radar, kind of give hints of what it's doing. We got a radar. We do have a hail algorithm size indicator popping up for the first time. This is trash, right? So this is since we're picking up the storm right here at 400 feet, you're not getting a full view of the storm. So the way the radar works, especially the way the algorithm works, it is estimating size based on what's available for the storm to see. So when it gets a full scan of the storm, it can be decent. When you're only getting 400 feet of it, not too much. So Omaha just went severe. Okay, thank you. Man, you guys are getting ahead of me here. So yeah, we got that severe warning now for Omaha. This round 2 coming in here, and my work chat is exploding. So it looks like people are a bit busy. Okay, so 2-inch report in Hastings. Okay, yeah, 2-inch report in Hastings, Nebraska. It doesn't shock me. Here's that warning now for Omaha. We got a lot going on here, guys. That's one for quarters. We'll see if that's going to change, right? So, God dang it. Freaking stay in one spot, you stupid thing. We'll see if that changes. Okay, we got an update in Hastings here. We got tennis ball report in Hastings. That's probably wind-driven. So 2 to 2.5 inch hail at the Hastings Fire Station. And again, there was a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust with this. So this is a beast of a storm, right? So here in the Hastings area, nope, that's the wrong radar. Here in the Hastings area, yeah, see the rate of the storm. Look at that. Jeez. Okay, yeah, all of Hastings just got freaking ripped on. Okay, so you got the high winds, right? So here's the winds on here. I'm showing them on here where it's indicating those like bluish colors, right? That is your winds in excess of 65 miles an hour. And we go back to correlation coefficient, hail as well. So you got that tennis ball size hail reported, up to tennis ball, a ton of hail, wind driven, up to tennis ball size hail. I'd say Hastings, Nebraska, you guys just got screwed over here. So big time storm, definitely got ripped pretty hard. And then Hang on, let me 1 second. I'm trying to send some stuff here. Okay. Jumping in. So that storm has already ripped. It is gone right past Hastings. So Grand Island, you got lucky. Grand Island probably would have gotten like solid tennis ball size hail in the whole city, but Hastings not so much, and this is going to continue to race off to the south and east. The winds are very intense with this thing. So with that, now that has since passed, we're going to jump back into Omaha, where we might have round 2 here. Another severe thunderstorm warning, 1/4 size hail here in the Omaha area. Looks like the Skyline area over possibly by Elkhorn. Again, we are very close to the radar. It's going to be really tough to see super clearly, but we could have some hail here. Though I am noticing, when I get down by Gretna and South Bend, you're getting some storms trying to form. We'll see if that interferes with this, as it's just starting to get its act together here. We will watch very carefully. Omaha might have round 2 here in a second, as it is pulling into the westernmost sections of the metro and working its way to the east. Nasty storm, just barely missing Lincoln off to the north. Here's Lincoln, right, in Lancaster County, just north here, going into the Waverly area. This storm, near Waverly and Greenwood. Look out, guys. You're going to get hit pretty hard with probably some strong winds, I'm going to guess. Yeah, some strong winds and some big hail. That golf ball size hail plus. So keep an eye on that as things are moving off to the east. Again, that hail, I think, here in the Skyline area, right along County Road 81, Skyline Drive, or 82, County Road 82, down to Highway 275. There's some quarter-size hail mix in the mix of this. We'll see how this continues to evolve as things keep developing here, as we have a lot of storms happening in Nebraska today. Again, this is Nebraska's time to shine. I thought Colorado might have done it, but didn't quite get there, so we'll see how that rolls. Trying to see if I got any MPing reports coming in. Yeah, they got that quarter-size hail already popping up where I was saying over by the Skyline area. Over here, I'm curious to see if Hastings has so many MPing reports coming in. Of course not. I saw one of 1.5 is the only one I saw here. Got myself a little drink. Okay, so that's what we're looking at overview here right now. Cap killed Front Range today. We got a little, but most of it hit cows. That is true. Yeah, the cap didn't quite get there couldn't quite break it. Don't worry, we got more chances in Colorado here for the Front Range here for the next summer, pretty much. Hopefully. So let us check in. There we go. Latest update here in the Omaha area. Again, that Skyline area, up to quarter-size hail with this. We curious to see how this evolves. Hopefully, if this goes more of a linear mode, so basically a line of storms versus little supercells, likely going to keep the hail size lower. But again, you already had a pretty good hailstorm in the Omaha area, so why not? Excuse me. Hopefully you guys weren't wearing headphones. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, John, for saying bless you. All right. Trying to see, just kind of looking around, see what else is going on here. Yeah, man, explosive developments. Hill size marker indicators get like outrageous here really fast as these storms are blowing up. Honestly, right now I'm just kind of waiting and seeing what this storm in Omaha does. If you missed it, Hastings got ripped pretty hard. That wind-driven tennis ball size hail hit pretty much all of, at least golf balls hitting all of Hastings, Nebraska, and it moved through fast. So that came and went quick, and that's now over. I think, was it I-80 is where the majority of people more or less live along in Nebraska, like the highest population, I guess, is I-80, right? Yeah, I-80. Most of the good storms are now south of I-80, with the exception of the storm north of Lincoln that is going to miss Lincoln, and then the storm that is trying to get its act into gear here, moving into Omaha for potentially round 2. Dang, man, this storm over here by Exeter, also big time hailmaker. That may, looks like the tiny little town of Dorchester. There's all these tiny little farm towns here, all getting lit up as well. I think Hastings, though, might be the jackpot for the most lit up storm. So is this still? Yeah, it's still an old image. So this is from 9:02, or technically 9:03. It was 9:02 and 58 seconds, and it is now 9:07. So we should be getting a radar update at any second to show up here on the Omaha radar. Getting hit with storms a couple times this evening. Thankfully, you got that. Whoops. Oh. Hang on. Get messages in. It's gone for a couple minutes. I had to order dinner on Postmates. Let's look at that. We do make sure we eat food here at Hail Trace. All right, so we got that latest update here. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is gonna do anything too crazy. I think the storms trying to develop to the south might be hurting the inflow to this storm here west of Omaha. And that'll probably keep hail sizes pretty much limited to the quarter size hail that has occurred in the skyline area. And that's, I'd say that's probably gonna wind down. And then yeah, this one storm moving into the Waverly area is getting pretty ridiculous. And then somebody asked about St. Joseph's. Very slowly easing its way. It's going a little more south again. It might, I mean, it's not impossible, but I'd say it's highly unlikely that it'll get itself to St. Joseph. So there you go. They got that quarter report. I'm assuming that was the Imping report I saw. Yep, it was in the skyline area. So just an additional report of hail for this activity in the Omaha area. Whoops. Oh, crap. What did I just do? Oh. I sent it to the wrong monitor. So we've got a new warning here. It's going to be, I'm assuming, yeah. It technically includes the far eastern reaches of Lincoln, but you're not going to see whatever hail size is one for. It's more ping pong balls. It's probably dropping bigger than that, but it's not going to hit areas east of the eastern sides of things. 200 what swarm St. Joseph it does. We need something, yeah. That's true. I mean, honestly, when I saw that little dinky quarter-size hailstorm on the Kansas side of Kansas City the other night, I was like, man, Kansas City roofers are going to swarm on that like it's a baseball event, and that thing probably didn't do diddly squat for damage. So, dang, man, since these are some massive hailers. I mean, I think Nebraska previously had the record for biggest hail in the U.S., so it doesn't surprise me that these storms are prolific monster makers. So, yeah. Oh, Derek sent me a TikTok. Okay, I do not want sound on this, so I'm going to turn that off. Look at that, guys. Holy cow. Look at all those leaves in Nebraska. So, this is from a TikTok. I have the sound off because Facebook get finicky and kick us off. I see the... Oh, no, yeah, let's not go to Facebook jail because the Stranger Things theme kicks on. They're probably already mad that I'm showing a TikTok as it is. Yeah, look at that. Look at all of those leaves stripped. So, I don't need to tell you guys twice, if you're roofers, what that means for what kind of hail it was. Alright. As we are pulling away here, pulling into Omaha itself, let me check at a couple other parameters. Yeah, hail volume isn't super high. Some melting going on. A little breezy. Echo tops are worthless. Okay, so there's a potential here. They just updated the warning for Omaha. I'm assuming it's still for quarters. Yeah, it's still for quarter size hail. I believe it. There might be some quarters just hugging nope. West Center Road. I was just straight up wrong. No, it is 275. No, I was right. I've been to Omaha once. Full disclosure. I've been physically in Omaha, Nebraska one time. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so just kind of waiting and seeing what goes on here in the Omaha area. Again, this storm not looking like the other one. It looks like there's just a lot of it's ingested the showers now, so it might try to strengthen, but it'd have to do it pretty soon. It would honestly hit a lot of the same areas that just got impacted: Ralston, La Vista, south of the Highway 6 or something. Highway 6 maybe. Yes, no. Yep, Route 6. South of Route 6 in Omaha. It might be. This storm will likely impact the exact same area if it does strengthen. Even if it doesn't, it'll still rain there. Got some monster hailers here in rural Nebraska. I know there's a warning in Lincoln, but Lincoln, you are not going to get any big hail. That's maintaining itself over Waverly. You just got hit, and in the Greenwood area, you're about to get hit, and then yeah, storm's also moving really slow here, so I'm guessing that means that we're not going to see too much crazy stuff in Omaha. All the crazy stuff seems to be pretty rural right now here in Nebraska, and my toolbar thingy or my little app dock or whatever they call it on Mac seems to keep wanting to go over to the other monitor. So let me refresh Twitter, see what other pictures might have come in the Omaha area. Might check out Hastings as well. Holy crap. Dang, is that legit? It's from 2016. Can't trick me there, buddy. Somebody said massive hail just at South Omaha, golf ball, a lot of destruction. Here's another video. Let's get this over to you guys while we wait to see if something more exciting happens. Again, the tree's getting stripped. Seems to be a thing continuing to happen here. Yeah, look at those. Give it a like here. Give it a like. You like seeing these videos. Finding more of them here. Of that, the good. Trees getting stripped in Omaha. It's from a little while ago. So this is not the current storm. This was the storm that hit earlier. It's fun when you shovel the hail paths. I feel like that happens in Nebraska, Colorado, and like Minnesota. Gotta keep those snow shovels ready year round, you know? What is this? Definitely hard hail. So even if even though we're not looking at like baseballs or something, like it was coming down quick. So we're seeing pea-size hail right now in the Omaha area. Yeah, storm's not looking super healthy. Oh, well, we haven't had a radar update in a minute either, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna look up Hastings. See if I can find some pictures for you guys there. Okay, gonna look through while you guys see their radar. I'm trying to see if well, here's yours. This was the official observations from Hastings. So that's from the National Weather Service. Look at that, perfectly round, hard little hailstone there. So that's a fun time. Come on, residents of Hastings, you guys don't have like, you don't use like social media? Come on now. Man, that was disappointing. I was hoping there'd be a lot more stuff. I guess Omaha is much bigger than Hastings, so. Dang, I'm trying to like. Man, here's one. That's crazy to me is look how few leaves are left on these trees. It just like shredded these trees to Kingdom Come. So you can imagine that's gonna be doing some serious work on the on the roofs. So asking Paul Hale asked for a recap. Well, let's see if my radar goes back that far. I'll just kind of roll it back. We'll go to the beginning here. Oh, too far. Yeah, shoot. The radar goes back pretty far. Alright, let's roll this bad boy back. So around 8-ish, or about 7:30, we had a storm on top of the radar. Got to the Boys Town area and just kind of exploded here. right around 8 o'clock, it started dropping up to large volumes of hail. A ton of hail is falling with this, up to 2-inch hail, pretty much along and south of 80. Had that 2-inch hail there, and then into Council Bluffs, and then kind of quickly faded away and then moved on. So high volumes of hail, looks like quite a bit of wind with it, and looks like a pretty dangerous 4-star map. Got some other stuff going on. Is Fremont, Nebraska getting a severe thunderstorm? If I know where Fremont is, I can tell you. 'Tis possible. A lot of places are getting wrecked with storm. We got 2-inch hail there. Just give me a second. Again, I'm not local to Omaha, to Nebraska, just in general. Let me go to Google Maps, and I can tell you where Fremont is. I can tell you if they are or not. Where the hell is Fremont at? Okay. No, Fremont's over here. I'm dumb. I can see it right here. No severe thunderstorm in Fremont. You guys are good. You're north of where it is, so you're fine. No storms, no severe storms in Fremont. I wouldn't expect anything at all for you guys. So down here by Greenwood and towards Elmwood and Alvo, yeah, you're getting a severe thunderstorm. Here in Omaha, Boys Town area, it doesn't look like this. Looks pretty weak sauce. I don't think we're gonna see too much else with this. So I think I might end up wrapping this stuff up. Thanks as always tuning in, guys. We're pulling away from our main core population centers, and the storm in Omaha itself is pretty weak. Looks like it's weakening. We could have some more fun activity late tonight, moving into the Wichita area and Oklahoma City. This could be very, very late, possibly tomorrow. So no fun, no bueno on that. So I also gotta make sure I get some sleep. I've been up since about 4. So it's been a wild ride, been fun. Check out our map. It's available. Thanks to our sponsors, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, Bear Contractor Show, and Atlas. All being great sponsors. Linked in the description below. You guys saw their ads showing up. Council Bluffs. Had some pretty decent hail in Council Bluffs. I think the problem is the majority of the best hail, like the ping pong balls and stuff, impacted where there's not necessarily a ton of folks at. So the majority of the population at Council Bluffs seems to be up in here. Biggest hail was down in here. So that's what we're seeing there. Second storm moving through. At least a 4-star map. We will see. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you at that next one. I don't know if my end bumper is going to work, so it may just awkwardly cut the black. We'll see you at that next storm.